Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. Today we're gonna the reaction is coming from Carolina KRUSH TV, and it involves the Kimmel show last night. He was like Jimmy Kimmel got like quick, but anyway, I would like, and also the singer David about the lady and the girl in the anyways in the trunk of the Tesla. And as you come in, y'all, please hit the like button, please. Please subscribe if you have not. Also hype up the video if you choose to. All right, and share everywhere. All right, thank y'all so much, and we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? And I'll be back with my reaction. All right, let's go.
News that there was a body found in a Tesla that was registered to him, and it seemed to be a young female that only weighed 71 pounds. She has been identified as Celeste Rivas, and she was only 15 years old. And this is a very murky situation. Now, the singer David has been cooperative with police ever since this news broke, or whatever the case, but he was still touring up until the night before last, where he abruptly canceled his concert in Seattle once this young lady was identified. Now, the young lady's mother said that she had been missing for a year and that she was dating somebody by the name of David. And in fact, the two of them were so intertwined with one another that they ended up getting matching tattoos on the same hand, on the same finger, and it spelled out the word shh, like be quiet. But listen.
Hey, she was 13. Uh-oh. Sorry, YouTube. She was 1'3", and I think he was maybe when they started, what, 19? Something like he was older. Anyway, let's go.
This is still an illegal situation because David had to be 19 at the time when he started dating this girl, and she was only 1 of 5, right? And so he's 20 now, but it's just a very fishy situation. So what I want to do right now is just play you this clip, and then I'll be back.
So you probably have heard by now that the body inside of David's Tesla has now been identified. He is a 20-year-old, very famous singer. I didn't know who he was, but I did hear a couple of songs and I was like, oh yeah, I recognize that. He's apparently very well known. He's on a big world tour, and his Tesla was left abandoned somewhere in LA, I guess, and somebody reported it because of the foul smell. It was towed, and then September 8th, they discovered a body in a plastic bag in his trunk that had been decomposing for a while. And we now know that it was this 15-year-old child named Celeste Rivas, and she had been reported missing April of 2024 when she was only 13 years old. And her mother said that she was seeing a guy named David. This David would have been 19, I guess, when she was 13. They have the same tattoo. It says like shh on the index finger. Apparently a lot of people have that same tattoo. So like, is that just a coincidence, or was she maybe a fan?
Shoot, I haven't seen it. I mean, have y'all? But anyway, it's just, this is sad. My goodness, what is wrong with people? Whew.
Fan of his and got the, I don't know, but that's a coincidence. She was also found in his east and decomposed. So that's another weird thing. I'm not saying it was him, but like, I have a daughter the exact same age. It makes me sick to my stomach to think that this is how her life came to an end. I mean, whether it was him or somebody new, or, I mean, it was somebody did this to her. And I
wonder what would make you even think to do that. You know, what would why? Y'all young. Y'all think she was preggo and that they would have had to tell somebody? Or when she got ready to go home, was he afraid she was going to tell them how old he was and what was going on? Or what? Because now, if he did it, because I was saying maybe he went on concert and maybe let somebody borrow his car. that maybe I did it, but I done seen. I don't know though. I don't innocent to proven guilty. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's too sad that it's. No, I can't say nothing. Nothing.
I really hope that they get to the bottom of it. I really hope that they don't drop the ball, and I really hope that somebody gets found accountable.
Yeah.
For this child.
Right.
Now, it's important to note that Celeste's cause of passing has been deferred, which means that they've concluded an initial autopsy, but they're just going to need more time to figure out what happened to her. So I can imagine that the medical examiner will be ordering a toxicology report and probably conducting other medical evaluations to determine her cause of passing. Now,
Cause y'all don't think she may have like OD'd on something and he panicked but there's no reason to like chop stuff like that. You know what I don't know. It's hard to talk about this stuff, y'all.
I want to be clear, David hasn't been charged with anything. It's just a very sad situation. He's been dropped from certain sponsors and things like that. And I hope that this young lady gets justice at the end of the day. So we got to keep our eyes and ears open to see what comes of this. So let's move on. And I want to talk about the situation with Molly Quirm leaving First Take abruptly, according to Stephen A. Smith. Now, there's a lot of rumors out there. They're saying that her swift departure from the network after being there for 19 years and hosting First Take for 10 years could be over contract negotiations. I'm also hearing that there was a rift between her and Stephen A. Smith and that she didn't agree with him politically. So these are just rumors. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure something is going to come out. But I think it has to be very serious because Molly is a very serious woman. And for her to not play out her contract that she was already signed to until the beginning of the year, and for her to just like ghost the show, there has to be something very serious boiling behind the scenes. So what I want to do right now is play you guys a couple of takes, and then I'll be back.
Is something big about to happen at ESPN after the abrupt departure of Molly Qerim? Molly Qerim, who has been with ESPN since 2006, was offered a contract, didn't accept it, and ultimately chose to move on from the company and from the show First Take. Which, first of all, First Take has already been unbearable to watch. I think without Molly, it's 100% unwatchable. You're not going to be able to reel in Stephen A. and Mad Dog now. She at least tried her best. The show's going to suck. However, people said that Molly was supposed to play out the rest of her contract until the end of the year, and then she was going to leave. But then she just left abruptly, immediately, and people think that there's something fishy going on. When there's smoke, there's fire. Because we heard the news that she was going to leave at the end of the year, and then out of nowhere, Stephen A. came on at the beginning of the show, welcoming everybody to First Take. Usually that's something Molly does, and he said that she basically just left out of nowhere. And this is a statement that Molly put out saying that the news came out earlier than she intended, and it's not the way that she hoped, and then she thanked everybody. However, Stephen A. today on his podcast made a statement, and it makes it seem like there's something a lot bigger going on. And could people at ESPN be in a lot of trouble due to her departure?
That story is hard to tell. Do I have an idea? Of course I do.
Man, didn't I hear Stephen A. Smith say that about, oh, yeah, that's their story to tell? Do I know what's happening? Sure I do. You know, he said that with who else? Was it Shannon Sharp? He said that exact same statement somewhere else. Y'all, Stephen, what are you doing? What's going on? Stephen A. Smith. I thought he was into something. Let me go back looking. I gotta get back in the rhythm, in the groove. You know what I mean? Okay, let's just keep going. But I forgot to put this in my headline. Sorry, y'all. I will put it in a minute. Okay.
Am I going to share it with you? No. Because, again, that's her story to tell.
A very ominous statement from Stephen A. And listen, I can't speculate as to what's going on because I have no idea. But what I do know is that First Take is going to be even more unbearable than it already is without Molly. And if I'm Fox, if I'm ESPN, hell, if I'm even Barstool Sports, I'm handing her a blank check.
All right, so we just heard all of that. Now, I was going to implement another video, but I don't want to be too long-winded. But I will say this. Stephen A. Smith, whether you like him or hate him, he has a lot of pull at ESPN. And if it was over contract negotiations, I'm pretty sure that he could have gotten Molly what she absolutely wanted.
Right.
I think this is bigger. I think this is absolutely deeper, and I think it's between Molly and Stephen A on a personal level, if I'm just going to keep it all the way a buck. And I will go out on a limb and say this. I feel like there could be a potential lawsuit coming from Molly. I just feel like she's just that serious of a woman. She's always presented herself like that. You're not going to play on her top at all. And so whatever it is, for whatever reason, I just hope that ESPN gets ready to brace themselves for this lawsuit, because
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Carolina KRUSH TV. Also, you know, he believe me, he know what he talking about. He knows what he's talking about. So I am gonna leave it right there, y'all. That's it. Whew, all this sad stuff. Oh my god. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it right here, and y'all put whatever y'all think in the comment, please. Be nice. Be nice. All right. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also hit the hype button if you see it. Also have a thanks thing down there if y'all want to help out with the channel. Help me with the Valentine TV channel. I would appreciate it so very much. All right. Thank y'all. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.